Hey, what's up, you guys? If this is your first time here, I'm Sierra Queen Pen Clark. Welcome to my channel. It is currently 4:22 a.m. November 26th, Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. Um, I also want to go ahead and welcome everyone to the channel. This is going to be a pre-recorded premiere. I don't know when I'm going to upload it. Um, with the holidays coming around, I am fairly busy. So I couldn't sleep, and I figured I would come on here and do a little pre-recorded number so I could get everything off my brain so I can sleep. And it's all about time management. But while you're here and enjoying the show, please like the video on your way in or out. Or if you're just being nosy, don't forget to like the video. And subscribe. Turn on all your notifications and share. Now, I apologize off rip to my viewers, my subscribers, and people in the community that I couldn't do this live. But sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. So a subscriber of mine had let me know there were some things said over on DOLLYVISION, and I promised a part 2 of Tale of the Two Dollies. Now, the part 1 consisted of us examining the conspiracy theory, and a conspiracy theory, in my opinion, is for entertainment purposes only. It could be used in satire, it can be used in comedy. Um, it's entertainment, right? So I'm gonna go ahead. I put the fair use disclaimer at the bottom because this is commentary. And I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to play something from DOLLYVISION. I'm assuming this was earlier tonight. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was earlier tonight. Um, I can't watch everything. I wanted to squirrel. I wanted to watch the new Kevin Hart stand up, acting my age. And so it was really funny. It was really good. Highly recommend. So with that being said, let's not waste any time. Let's not cut any corners here. You never know when these YouTube things are going to be used in a court of law. Um, and in my opinion, it would have to be like a lawsuit of some sort. It wouldn't be anything criminal per se. So let me share my screen. Okay. I haven't done one of these pre-recorded things in a while, so bear with me. And as you can see, we're pulling up the screen, and I'm just going to play it from where it left off. And then I'll stop it when he's done with his statement.
I was like, I didn't mention it.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned it, you confirmed it. I didn't mention it at the time, like
Yeah.
that the DoorDash came or anything.
To catch you guys up, from what I understand, he is speaking on his call-in show with Lean on Me. I don't know if this is a regular person that calls in or not, but I definitely want to hear what was said.
But yeah, they was trying to hunt me down and saying real pervert things to me.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm a dude, so not too many people say perverted things to a dude, but I bet you for a woman it's a little bit more crazy guys or
Yeah.
I think crazy men are scary. I don't know, some crazy women are pretty damn scary. I got some crazy
Well,
ass women
the
that be stalking
sad
the
thing
shit out of
is,
me.
the person that threatened to do pervert things with a baseball bat to me was a woman.
Oh God. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
some of these women are a little scary, a little crazy, and they
That's horrible. You hear about people getting threatened in public like that in a sexual way. Um that seems to be a lot worse than internet commentary. But let's keep going.
really obsessive, like for years, like don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I just rather quit it. I it wasn't that important. I wasn't like my channel was a big booming channel. I made
yeah.
$600 in a year.
I may have to I may have to take some charges on a person now that keeps harassing and bothering and stalking and just weird shit and it's horrible because I don't like to spend my time doing those things, but I can't let somebody just continually harass me for years at a
No,
time.
because they'll take it further, further, further until they're in front of your job, like what happened to me.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand that.
For someone who doesn't like to be a part of the court system, and for someone who's always um, very stressed out when they do have court, seems to always threaten um, legal proceedings or court or um, criminal charges. But one thing I do know about criminal charges in the criminal proceedings, you have to have probable cause. You have to have probable cause, and the defendant has to prove reasonable doubt. So I don't know who he's talking about, but let's keep listening.
I
I had to
lean on
drive straight
me.
to the police department.
You
All
be
right,
good.
Buffy Jane, I know she probably went to bed, but thinking about that dog thing, she was in the creek. She first thing she said to Candace is, "I'm sorry, I didn't know what."
Yeah.
So there
All
you
right.
go.
All right.
My volume might be a little loud. I don't know if that's his volume or my volume. I have no clue. I'm trying to be quiet because, my son is asleep and I'm up here recording this. So bear with me if you hear me starting and stopping. It's for fair use, and it's also um so I can like gauge the sound. I don't know why it sounds different even though I'm not live, which is weird, but all right, let's continue.
All right.
Bye, bye, everybody.
All right. Later, lean on
Thanks,
me.
guys.
All right. So there you go. That was lean on me. And yeah, I mean, Jody Sue and her big ass dog. And Jody Sue has kind of inserted herself into this case so badly. And, and I feel bad that, maybe Ziggy does get more threats than I think she does. As a man, I even, like I said, I got people harassing me and all kinds of weird shit, saying they're sleeping with me, they're coming to my house, and you know, PJ's here with me all the time. She would know if somebody was here, right? So, like, they be saying these things trying to cause problems in your relationship, and they're driving by your house or alleging they're driving.
Okay. I wanted to commentate on that. Now, um in previous streams that I've watched, whether it be for commentary purposes or because I'm a subscriber, um last I checked, well, the last I've checked that you've said, um, Jimmy, is that you have cameras. You said yourself on mini stream that you have cameras all over your house. Um, and that you and PJ are um concealed to carry. So that's two firearms in the house and cameras all over. My question is, what are you worried about if there's cameras? Um, from what I understand about security cameras, you can have a SIM card with like so much space, and then you can go into your SIM card and like download whatever, or transfer whatever over. It's just like a SIM card for a phone, right? But instead of phone information, it's footage, right? So, and you should know this. You're a YouTuber, and if you don't have the SIM card, excuse me, I got the burps. If you don't have a SIM card, then usually some security cameras, you can back up the footage on the cloud. So like say like it's like months or years um in the future, and you go, "Wait, I wonder what happened." You know, I'm trying to think of something that happened in my yard. Um oh, meteor shower. Like a few weeks ago we had that meteor shower. So if I wanted to see if I could see the meteor shower from like a window and I had security cameras, then maybe I could look I could access it from the cloud and then just download it from there, right? So, based on what you're saying, if someone who is obsessed with you or stalking you is driving by your house suspiciously, and or stopping, or I don't know, whatever, looking in, I don't know what people do with this when they stalk people, but if that's the case, then it seems like you could go back to the dates in question, whether it be on the cloud or on the SIM card, and pull it up and look and see if anything looks suspicious. That would be what I would conclude. I'm gonna keep going a little bit because I think he's gonna say something else.
Driving by your house and just saying crazy shit and like contacting you and calling you and like there's a point to where you got to say okay, that enough is enough. And especially it'd be different if especially if you in my state and you're doing it, your ass is going to go to jail. I just have zero tolerance these days for crazy people harassing me, and I'm not going to deal with it.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Um, so you said someone was driving by your house. Well, and then you said you made the comment about the state of Virginia. Well, as everybody knows, I'm in the state of Virginia, and I know in the state of Virginia, um, especially in the city. I mean, I think you've said on many streams before you live in the hood. So if you're in the city, people drive by your house all the time. People drive. I live right at the corner of the block. So like people drive in every direction no matter which street they're coming up all through the night, you know what I mean? So as far as the street goes, people can drive by your house because the roadways, the street itself, hard pressed, even the sidewalk, I think, in Virginia, is owned by the state of Virginia. It's state property. That's public property. It belongs to the state of Virginia. So any citizen in a motor vehicle can drive up and down the street 10 or 15 times if they want to in front of whoever's house, in front of Walmart, in front of Kroger, in front of anywhere. And that's perfectly legal in America. So I don't know Maybe there's something else that happened. I don't know. Let's
You know what
see.
I'm saying? And people, I don't know. I guess it's people want attention. I don't feel threatened. Like I don't feel like somebody gonna kill me because I'm a dude and it's crazy women, but it's still annoying as shit, right? Like like good lord, I can see somebody being messing with you for a little bit, but when it drags on and drags on, and you're constantly trying to harass somebody, and you're doing it so you can get a click and a view on the internet, like it's
There's a lot.
So we got a ad here. A click and a view. Attention and it dragging on. Well, um this is YouTube. And just like people can, and within legal rights, commentate on every little thing that Britney J does, you know, and just like people can comment on what Queen Bee says or does on the internet, and you have a whole beef sector dedicated to people commentating on each other, and you and PJ, for what I gather, sat up here for, hold on, let me get some water. I don't know the timestamp. Hold on. I don't even know how long y'all were live. This is so unprofessional. For like 2 hours and 46 minutes, y'all were, I'm assuming, going over um the Ziggy situation. I think she got clipped in traffic or at a crossway or something. Shout out to Benny Keys, because I was watching a little bit of Benny, and I was watching a little bit of Ernie Shell when I was in the shower. I I think Ernie Shell went off, and then when I got out the shower, I clicked over to Benny, and then that's when I went to watch the Kevin Hart. So when I saw you were covering it, I was just like, okay, we already know what happened. Like, please, I don't need to hear it again. So it's like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? And then you said something else about personal issues. I don't understand how someone giving commentary will cause personal issues. Is it because it's personal? Or is it because you have a problem with commentary, or commentary channels rather? Um this is a pattern, and I'm going to show that later on in this recording, that you have a pattern of when people comment on your bad behavior, or comment on your online behavior, or comment on what you're covering and the reasons you're covering it for, or they try to um, shed light on the con of the matter, you automatically go to threatening someone instead of a educational and intelligent rebuttal. You threaten legal action. You threaten strikes. um Rest in peace to Hills in the Air, who I think you striked her channel, I don't know how many times. um so this is a pattern for you, and I think you expect, if you're talking about me, I think you expect me to cower in a corner, shaking in my boots and um you know, I don't know, uh, trying to call, I guess, call to get some sort of legal advice from police or some sort, but I don't have to do all that because I have done nothing criminal. I can honestly say that. And if you truly believe someone is stalking you, this is not paranoia. I don't want to what's the word, downplay anything, but if you honestly think someone is stalking you and you have all these cameras at your home, I suggest check the cameras. Um, you know, even if you have to take shifts between you and PJ and whoever else, um I would do that in the name of safety. Um I have another question too. Are you worried that people are driving by your house and catching a certain family member outside, coming out your house, living on your property? Is that what you're concerned about? Are you concerned about someone catching you in a fib? I'm just asking. Um, you don't seem worried. It just seems like you're kind of making this threat in a kind of laissez-faire type of way. Um, Now I could pull up. Actually, I think I'm gonna do that right now if I can. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second, and then I might pull it back up again. We might continue with his thought. We might not. We're just gonna wing it for now. Oh darn! I don't think I'm. Wait, am I? Wait, I wasn't planning on doing this. Hold on. Okay. No, you. Okay. I don't think that's. I don't think that's it. Okay, let me try. Oh no, that's definitely not it. That's like a old. Okay, so I thought I could get into my Facebook from here, but let me try. Let me try. Oh, that's not it. It's never a dull moment doing this at 5 o'clock in the morning. This is mom life. This is what you have to do. I'm gonna sound like DMX for real tomorrow. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna let it go. But and I'll pull this back up. So second or third, I don't even know what number question I'm on, but um and I might make a separate video of it, like on TikTok or something. That'd be a lot easier. Um are you mad because yesterday when and I put it on my community post. Actually, let's go to my community post. Let me cancel that screen share and let me pull up my channel. Okay. And let me go to my community post. And let me StreamYard, where are you? Don't y'all YouTubers, don't y'all hate it when everything's in out of order on your tabs? That drives me nuts. Okay, so here is my um community post. Okay. So I had from a subscriber, um I got this screenshot. Make sure I'm still sharing my screen. And of course I can't find the StreamYard. Too many tabs. Okay. So I got this screenshot from a subscriber, and I never want to reveal who my sources are, who the people are that give me information, my spies, whoever. I don't want to give those sources away because I feel like they're not in the situation. You know, they're not dealing with this. It's not their problem. This is my problem. This is um my channel, my responsibility. So here's a screenshot, and this comes from one of PJ Vision's lives that she did. Maybe I think it was Monday, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe Monday. And it says someone asked, why did you file stalking charges against Cierra Kingpin Clark? A queen pin, babe, feminine. But thank you for asking her that question. And it says that, and PJ Vision says, I consulted with the law when she sent us an email of someone's genitalia last July. Okay, and I'm gonna break this down. Let me read it all the way through, and then I'll break it down. Okay, I consulted with the law when she sent us an email of someone's genitalia last July. She said she has been to her home. She called unsolicited. Then, lastly, she emailed me again with her STD report. I don't care to see. Stalking charges. Actually, there's a more serious criminal charge to this, and I won't be discussing it here. But does that answer your question? Now, I'm going to break this down one statement at a time. I consulted the law, meaning law enforcement friends, cop friends, ex-cops, the law. Not a lawyer, not a magistrate, because in the Commonwealth of Virginia, if you are seeking criminal charges or charges, you go to the magistrate. You don't go to formal law enforcement. You don't go to the police officer. You don't call the police. You go to the magistrate. So I consulted the law when she sent us an email of someone's genitalia last July. Last July. Okay. Again, it is November 26th, 2005. 25, sorry. 2025. So this is last July. So that was July 2024. And emails have dates on them. Okay. So one email in 2024 in July, in the month of July, last July, it didn't bother her or Dolly Vision. But she kept it. She saved it. She is throwing it in with whatever. It just seems like if something is traumatic. Now, I have been in criminal situation where I was the victim. And I promise you, I didn't wait a year to do something about it. So that's a problem, because that's what um a lawyer or a police officer or judge or defense attorney, that's what they're going to ask. They're going to ask, well, if it happened in last July or July 2024, why are you waiting until now to say something or do something? First thing. Second thing, let's go to the second. She says she has been to our home. Okay? That statement right there. She says she has been to our home. Do you have proof? I have or haven't been to your home? I mean, you have cameras, right? I mean, I'm assuming you are a truthful person when you speak. I assume everyone tells the truth when they speak. Or is that some sort of fabrication or a ruse or a scare tactic? But if you have cameras, then you should know if someone has been to your home or not. She calls, more plural, unsolicited. How many times? Do you have screenshots? Do you have dates? And then why didn't you report it then? Okay. Then lastly, she emailed me again with her STD report. I don't care to see. She emailed me again with her STD report. Okay, that's true. I made a community post and a live. I included that. Why would you think I would send you an STD report? I think it's obvious to the public why I did that. And I even stated that in the email, because of narratives that Elevated Truth was portraying and terms he was throwing out there, I was more concerned. I was concerned that I needed to figure out when the last one was, or did I need a new one? Or I was, you want to talk about you being paranoid? I was paranoid. I thought there was, silence for a reason on your side of the fence. I don't care to see it. That's a personal statement, meaning you don't care to be aware of someone that has had contact with your partner, their STD report. I don't understand why you wouldn't care. That seems dismissive. Stalking charges. Actually, there's a more serious criminal charge to this that I won't be discussing here. That's fine. That is your American right. But just like a lawyer and just like a judge, my question is, the first email that was sent in July 2024, if you didn't, if that shocked you, then why didn't you block the email address? Calls unsolicited, meaning more than one. Why didn't you block the number? Then lastly, she emailed again. Still not blocked? Matter of fact, when I went to retrieve a clip that you had shared with me in a personal conversation to relate to Team Rose, um, you had unblocked me from Messenger. And all those blocking and unblocking, or, well, you just unblocked, you didn't reblock me. But all these things have dates and times on them and times in between, like from July to the unsolicited phone calls to another email. Time. Why not block it off the rip? Why initiate conversation to begin with an ex-lover, or, you know, an ex-liaison? That's my question. Okay. So let's go back and let's see if there's anything else. Now, in regards to um, internet, electronic back and forth, personally through Messenger, social media, social media DMs, Messenger, I have blocked you and Jimmy. I've blocked all the Dolly Vision, all the Jimmy Jams. You, I have blocked because I feel like now, since you're going to resort to threats, I'm going to take a proactive notion and protect myself. You know, that way, from this point on, if you say that someone is doing X, Y, and Z, or if you're saying me specifically, or not, I know that there's no way you can accuse me of these things. Have I sent emails? Yes. You're a public figure. Your email is out there. Subscribers have told me to email you in hopes of mending and squashing beef, but obviously you don't want it to be squashed. I don't know in what world you thought that I was insinuating that I wanted some sort of friendship or kinship or um buddy system. I don't know. I don't know what you thought, but I just wanted closure. So you can verbally tell me either publicly or privately your boundaries. I can hear it audibly or see it from Jimmy myself and have that emotional, you know, chapter closed. I know in life we don't always get that. I understand that. And that's very true. But I thought it would be mature, whether it happened publicly or privately. I thought it would be a good thing to report back to at least my audience. Like, hey, I talked to Jimmy, I talked to PJ. We have decided that boundaries may have been crossed, feelings may have been hurt. Uh, Jimmy apologized if he did anything wrong or whatever, and me the same, PJ the same, and I'm going to leave it be. Unless something major happens that everybody's talking about, I'm not going to commentate on them any longer. And I'm going to move on to other subjects, other people, and other things I want to talk about. That's where my intention was going. But let's continue and let's see what else Jimmy had to say in this live stream. It's so weird having this tab way over here, but I'm on a roll and I want to fix it. Okay, let's go.
It's weird. It's just weird as shit to me. And like
You know what's weird, Jimmy? This is what's weird. What's weird is that you're not man enough to have an adult conversation, but you think you're smart enough to make veiled threats. Now, I understand you have plenty money to throw anything you want at the wall and see if it sticks. But commentary is not criminal. Okay? Opinions are not criminal. You have to prove it.
get some help. Okay? Get some help. Like listen,
Get some help with what? It's funny to me that when you're in these sexual relationships with these women, um, these past women, including myself, when you're hitting it, when you're hitting the skins and you're busting nuts and, you're having good adult sexual fun, um, it's no problem. It's not stalking. You don't feel threatened. It's all fun and dandy. But as soon as someone rises above, turns lemons into lemonade, commentates on your behavior or what happens or what's going on the internet or what you're involved in, as soon as commentary comes into play and then there's views and attention and people see and they watch, then all of a sudden that person is crazy. Oh, crazy women. Oh, mental issues. Um I can see the narrative you're trying to paint, and you've painted it before many times with other women, but you can't paint me with the same brush because I have enough intelligence to call you on your bluff. I have enough cojones. I have enough balls to know I haven't done anything criminal. So, I mean, everything that I've done, here's a thought, guys. Why would someone in your perspective, in your paranoid perspective, why would someone do something potentially criminal and then what? Report on it? Like, I'm and here's another question. Who would drive 4 hours and 19 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever it is? Who would drive 4 hours and 20 minutes just to drive by your house? Like think about that. Like who would do that? Just to drive by and what? And what? Like, I don't know what fairy tales you are feeding Ivana, and I don't know what tall tales and things you're trying to come up with for your audience to continue to paint the picture as if you haven't done anything wrong or you're without fault, when simply everything could have been squashed with an adult conversation years ago when you first got with Ivana, when I was friends with her. Things could have been squashed then. Why now? Why now? It's like you can't have it both ways. You can't commentate on Ziggy or Britney J or whoever is going to wear the dunce hat this week. You can't give commentary. You can't talk about how you're going to take Benny Keys fishing or you and Benny Keys are going to go in the woods together. You can't make violent jokes like that and then turn around and insinuate that a single mother is taking expense gas money. I mean, shit. If it come down to it, um, check my mileage. You can check the mileage in my car. Um, phone records, phones nowadays, locations turned on. So, do you really want to go there over some paranoia fed to you by your girlfriend? Do you really want to look stupid like that? You know? I'm just sitting here thinking, how could this make sense to you? I'm gonna continue.
I guess when people watch you every day, they think they know you, right? Or they personally know you on a personal level.
It's weird because it's like in one hand he's like confirming he knows me, and then on the other hand he's like people think they know you. It's very weird. It is very weird. It's very weird that everyone else can get up here and make commentary and laugh and joke and or be serious and cover cases and give their opinions and talk about the trauma and the situations behind the scenes. I mean, shit. Look at, I mean, Jones in. Sorry, girl. You just popped in my head. Jones in, the commentates on what she's got going on with Queen Bee and then the Britney J thing and Center and the whole shebang, right? So, and then you have channels that are totally dedicated to trauma, like Chronicles of the Shady and Tragedy Pimps Exposed and Blank Screen and so many others, the Krama Reels. I mean, really? And then here's another. I think I'm done with what he's saying here because I have some more things I want to show you. But um, what is what's crazy to me is you can you can be so paranoid about a woman here and there. I don't know if there's more than one person or if I'm the only one. I'll just be transparent. I don't know. I don't know. But and you I just don't understand how you didn't check the cameras. I'm just like, I'm floored because y'all, this is a true crime community. This is a true crime content creator. Y'all, look, don't expect him to solve no missing kids cases, summer wells or otherwise. Because if he can't figure out if someone drove by his house, was at his house, whatever, who called, how to block somebody. If he can't figure that out, baby, he ain't gonna be figuring out no true crime. This is elementary. You know? And then you're gonna threaten legal action on camera with your face and your voice for a judge to see that you are threatening legal action on an innocent party. I mean, ain't nobody, you know, nothing criminal has happened. But when I say innocent, I mean nothing criminal. Trust me, if there was something, I mean, I've never even thought of doing anything criminal to you or Ivana. Okay? I have made a point to only talk about your antics here on YouTube, which we're going to go over. And I have only talked about your behavior on social media. I haven't shown your house. I haven't shown family members. I haven't, unless they have a mugshot. I haven't I haven't shown address. I mean, some content creators that you have had beef with have went on Google Maps and shown your house for the world to see. I haven't done that. So, you know, and I'm pretty sure those same content creators that I'm speaking of would give me the live. They would gladly give me a clip of the live, or I could go find it, or they would give me a timestamp where there are, and I'm sure there's plenty other content creators out there. And if any content creator is out there and wants to send me clips of Jimmy Jams or Dolly Vision antics, I'll be glad to watch or review or commentate on those. When you put things in a public forum, they are for public consumption, they are for public review and public scrutiny. So now we're going to take a look at some interesting videos. At least I thought anyway. I hope I pull up the right one. I think it's this one. Nope, it's this one. I'm going to pull up True Crime Psyche. Okay. I'm going to pull this up and while it's playing, I'm gonna grab me a little snack. But so y'all might hear me chewing. I don't know. I'm eating poppables, the veggie kind. So I'm gonna play this. This is under fair use, and I'm gonna link all these videos, including Dolly Vision's videos, in these videos in the description below. So yeah, let's see. And I might speed it up a little bit. I don't know. Yeah,
Recently, in the world of psychology, there's been an uptick in an awareness of loneliness due to trends stemming from the pandemic, social media,
let me see if I can do it.
and working from home. There has been a marked increase in the number of people living with pervasive loneliness and the anxiety that can stem from that. YouTube is an easy way that can help people cope with loneliness. It is easy to access and increase a person's ability to socialize. And it is certainly easy to start.
And I want to say thank you to True Crime Psyche for this detailed and very formal, very informative videos, part 1 and 2. I might not play them all in the entirety, but please check them out. I know there's a lot of new people here on these Krama streets. So, and they don't know the lore of Dolly Vision. So I'm going to go ahead and display some of that lore right now.
Watching creators and get hooked on a sense of being part of something. There are varied creators out there with all sorts of communities, many of which are centered around pretty benign topics. But in true crime and crama, with its usual morbid circumstances, there are creators who are, simply put, con-like opportunists, looking to capitalize on the loneliness of viewers and their interest in true crime. There are studies which can help to understand all of this, but I am not going to address that. Instead, what I will address is a creator who, in my opinion, engages in online acts and words that suggest they are an opportunist, using missing children as a way to generate money from unaware people who are looking to be part of a community. Before I get into this creator, allow me to tell you about myself. For years, I have watched true crime and crama, participating in chats and tuning in to many channels, large and small. I've been around for a while, and we have possibly said hello or shared space in a chat or Discord. Maybe I have been on a panel, or you have seen super chats I have given to support creators. You see, I am just like you. I came to true crime looking for discussion with creators and people with similar interests, and I have supported creators over the years as well. But over time, I started to observe that the actions and words of many creators do not align with.
Have you noticed now? Sorry, I'm eating chips. Have you noticed that back in back when the Gabby Petito and Kylie Rodney case was going on, it was like strictly true crime. Like everyone was on true crime. Like we were going down cases, we were thinking, critical thinking, like we were really in true crime, right? But somehow between all the lawsuits and the RICO and everything that's gone on, depositions, everything that has gone on, it's like an uptick in the drama of true crime, less of the true crime part, but it's like more of the drama now. And I don't know if it's because it's the holidays and people say it's like Griftmas or whatever. I don't know about all that. Is that the same thing as like Dramageddon every year? Like there's a Dramageddon in the beauty community? I don't know. But I thought that was weird. And I thought that it's weird that someone like Dolly Vision, who's been in depositions, been in courts, been in court a lot, is threatening court again. Like, haven't you got enough of court and legal stuff? Like, I haven't been in a courtroom. I haven't been in the courtroom since like 2011. Yeah, like 2011. Like, It's crazy. Like, I learned my lesson. I stay out of trouble.
Who they claim to be, what they say they are doing, or why they do it. Because of the world I
You know
come
what?
from.
Okay, sorry, squirrel. But you know what I just thought? You know how sometimes when he's streaming, he's like, oh, I would never wish death or jail on anybody. I wouldn't wish death or jail on nobody. That's two things I don't do is with death and jail. Well, if there's nothing criminal going on and there's no threat and you're just making threats, you're wishing jail on me just so you can put me in a box and know where I'm at all times for the comfort of your girlfriend who's paranoid and doesn't trust you. Like, y'all are putting a magnifying glass over y'all's trust issues when y'all do that. Like, it is very clear y'all don't trust each other. Because if you did trust each other, then you would know who's been by the house. You would know where certain pictures came from. You would know. Nothing criminal has gone on. You would know that if anyone came to a residence, they were invited. Like, it's absurd at this point. But I mean, like I said before, who would drive 4 hours and 20 minutes just to drive by a YouTuber's house? And if said person did that, and you've said on other streams in the past that the address that this ice cold Ange lives at is not your address. Like, oh, I don't live there. I don't live there. That's not my address. That's not my address. They got just some random address. They keep saying it's my address. It might be a property that my family owns, but it's not my address. Well, if it's not your address, then why are you so concerned about someone driving by? Anywho, contradictions all over the place. Let's get through the video.
This interested me, and I started to collect data, tabulate the information, and identify patterns that emerged by looking at a creator's own online acts and words.
Exactly.
I started to create profiles to try and get a read on who a creator may actually be in real life, and not just the persona that they present. You might say that what I am doing is exactly like what many true crime and crime creators do. Like them, I look at the creator's own acts and words, what they choose to put out on the interwebs, and I make my own assessments about who they are, their motivations and character. But I am unlike many creators in that I limit my opinion exclusively to the creator's own online behavior. I only look at what they choose to tell, share, discuss, and display on social media, and thus, I assign no value to a creator's prior career or affiliation, their case solvability rate, who they know or claimed involvement in cases, or even national disasters. I do not give weight to whether a creator has appeared on TV, podcasts, or wrote a book. I do not pay attention to recommendations made by other creators, and the size of a channel is of no relevance. There is more to what I am doing, and perhaps one day I will share more. The next creator entering into the study is known as DOLLYVISION. It appears that this creator had a bit of a YouTube presence prior to entering into true crime, in a channel he called Jimmy Jams TV. It looks like it was a channel.
Throwback. Some of the old heads will remember that. If you go even further back, it's Jams TV. Go back like Cadillac seats, baby.
Aimed at covering entertainment, popular culture, music, and sports. A review of the prior channel indicates that it was largely unsuccessful, with a low rate of views. But once DOLLYVISION created his new channel covering true crime, the channel started to grow. DOLLYVISION possesses a certain charisma. He frequently presents himself in a way that appear, in my opinion, to be goofy, silly, sheepish, giddy, Admittedly ignorant and philistine, he occasionally
I'm
appears
so sorry.
cocky and undaunted.
Y'all see those views for his old channel? I was like, dang. I was like, let me find out I got potential up in this mug and I don't know it. He was getting the same views I'm getting now. Hey, you gotta see the bright side in it, baby. You gotta see. Bright side is, hey, I might be on to something.
For instance, even when he is wrong about something, he will continue to try and convince others that he is right.
And the best way to do that for you, and an example of filing a false DMCA by giving you a video that Dolly actually flagged falsely, that complies completely with fair use, and he should have known better. So we will look at that in a little bit. But let's continue on. Remember, $1.99 attorney.
In this video today, and I was thinking to myself, one, I've never wrongfully struck.
Am I circling? Is that me circling? That's me circling. Dang on. Let me pause it and then play it again. My internet was circling earlier too, but I mean, I guess it's good I didn't go live, huh? Let me check the StreamYard. Maybe let me clear some stuff, some temporary files or something. I'ma just uno momento. I mean, I could pause it. I really could. I mean, but I just, I miss you guys. I just want to sit here and talk to you guys while I figure my shit out, okay? Like, can I be sentimental? Like, can I just miss y'all sometimes? Ugh. Fire in the hole. Smoke 'em if you got them. My mouse ain't sticking though. So, oh snap, maybe it was the files. I don't know. Let me skip this.
Somebody can use your videos. Somebody can use clips of your videos and completely be within the bounds of fair use.
Let me see where it's at.
And yet Dolly Vision continues to false strike, publicly stating he can and will if anyone uses his content.
You use my.
Now, I mean, let's ask ourselves a question. I've covered him multiple times throughout the years, multiple lives, multiple videos, positive and negative, constructive criticism and praise. I haven't gotten strucketh. I have not been strucketh by the Turtle King yet, because I know how to use fair use while I'm sitting here smoking a cigarette trying to light my computer desk on fire. I guess I don't know. Fire on the. No, I'm kidding, y'all. I think it went out. Yeah. Hey, better safe than sorry. You know what I'm saying? Say no to forest fires and shit. Hey, yo, boo boo. Okay. All right, let's get it.
Clips. I'm striking you. Soon as I touch Virginia, soon as some of them already got hit. Soon as I touch down in Virginia, I'm striking all your chances.
At times, in my opinion, his online acts hint that he may purposely be trying to come across as a proverbial village idiot. But watching more closely, one starts to observe a pattern that may suggest Dolly Vision is far from a village idiot, but may be a sly opportunist exploiting cases involving missing children, not to actually help the child and family, but as a way to generate income from viewers and hawking his wares. These include soap and bath products, all of which he claims he makes by hand, plus other run-of-the-mill promotional Dolly Vision branded merchandise like clothing, sunglasses, pillows, and cups. He appears relentless in his shameless self-promotion, as the following reveals.
Gifted one? Man, that's a lot of virtual love right there. I'm going to be giving all kinds.
Now, why would you sell pillows and then have this narrative of a stalker? Pillows are things that you lay your head on, that you sleep with. someone who is socially awkward or scared of crazy women, they wouldn't sell pillows and bath products, right? Silly goose.
Virtual hugs today. Dolly gotta eat. Okay. I get to eat, me and Lolo. Look, Lolo, we get to eat. We get to eat. Okay. Lolo gotta eat. Okay. She's bougie too. She's bougie. Guys, you ain't joined up yet? What are you waiting for? This is Dolly Vision. Look, ain't many YouTubers gonna give you the entertainment value for $2.99, less than a cup of coffee, less than this Starbucks right here. You can be a member of this channel for a whole month.
In my opinion, Dolly Vision's own acts and words appear to show a pattern of behavior that is opportunistic and could even be described as predatory. With this kind of behavior, a person will look for opportunity to take advantage of a situation or a person and will proceed to do so. When the benefit gained from the situation or person runs out, the opportunist also runs out and severely curtails or abruptly stops devoting any effort to the situation or person they so intensely had been involved with. The opportunist actually possesses no genuine care in the situation or person. They were only using it for personal gain. They will then be on the prowl for a new situation or person to exploit for their personal gain. In surveying Dolly Vision's true crime coverage, in my opinion, a pattern emerges that tends to show that he primarily homes in on missing children cases, takes the opportunity to use the case for clicks, views, cash apps, and sales. He appears to rapidly create content, producing numerous consecutive videos on one case even when there is no official information released. Then, when active cases wane, Dolly Vision is often immediately onto another more popular case, and such.
Exactly. You know, I wouldn't highlight a person's faults like this or give this type of commentary, but you know, when threats come about, it motivates me to, you know, keep my foot on their neck. It means I'm getting somewhere. It means that if anyone is bothered, it's y'all. Bothered by absolutely nothing. Because here's the thing. My channel, when you sign up for YouTube and it asks you like, what's your channel? Is it a people and blogs? Is it comedy? Is it news? Is it weather? Or whatever the categories are, right? I click entertainment. Every StreamYard, I click entertainment, entertainment, entertainment. Because I feel like because of my personal encounter with Dolly Vision, with Jimmy, my viewers want to hear my opinion on his online behavior, antics, and what so have you. So I'm giving the people what they want, what my viewers want. This is what, and I know that because I have covered other topics before that haven't produced as many views or many, especially live stream views, or as much attention as these Dolly Vision coverage, you know. And if he's so embarrassed by his online behavior or his hopping from one woman to the next, then he should say, well, maybe I should take Cierra up on her word and extend an olive branch to squash the beef, speak our piece. You know, we don't even have to speak our piece calmly. You know, we can just have that one last conversation and be done with it. You know, I would like closure. I mean, wouldn't you guys? I mean, I know my viewers want closure. I know some of my YouTube creator colleagues, right, and coworkers, they're waiting on me to get off of it. People tell me all the time, like, Sierra, Dad, you stay on it, or you, like a dog with a bone, you stay on it. I'm staying on it for a reason, because when you believe that you are done wrong by a man, right? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to sit in the corner and cry about it? Am I supposed to get depressed about it and be down on myself about it? Am I supposed to be antisocial and never date again? Actually, through this whole ordeal of commentating on Dolly Vision and running live streams and making videos, funny, positive, negative, whatever, right? I have been in several relationships, you know, over the years, right? So for me, it's just commentary, guys. It's just commentary. It's just my opinion. It's just what I see and how I see it and the patterns. And these excellent videos like True Crime Psyche have provided for me gives me a refresher course of past events. Let's get it.
A pattern starts to emerge. In recent months, as an example of this pattern, Dolly Vision's coverage on active missing child cases appears to be escalating. For instance, between February 29th to March 23rd, 2024, Dolly Vision presently has 39 publicly available videos about Madeline Soto and her tragic death. So in less than 25 days, and with limited officially released information on the case, Dolly Vision produced 39 live.
I thought of something else. I'm never going to get through this video. I don't think I'm so hungry. I'm starving. I want breakfast already, guys. But and I want to go to sleep too. But I thought of something too. I was just like, when the dates flashed up there, I was like, those few times, like those two emails that PJ Vision 22 spoke about in her comment section, those two emails that she talked about or mentioned, right? Those are not the first emails. I think when it first happened, after the first time I had sexual relations with Dolly Vision, I mean, can't prove it other than, you know, the screenshots that are already on my playlist. Because who okay. First point. Who gets proof? If you're going to go hook up with a guy, right? And have sexual relations with a guy, who's thinking, oh, let me grab my GoPro, let me grab my tripod, let me grab my ring light, let me grab some extra makeup in case I gotta show proof and show that I'm there and show that he's there and what, like, come on, guys, come on now. Come on. And secondly, after, you know, after the whole me being in, shout out to White Rabbit. I was in White Rabbit's chat about a week, last week, this week, Monday, I don't know, this weekend, this past weekend, I don't know, when I was in White Rabbit's, but shout out to White Rabbit. I was in her chat, you know, as a little anniversary hello. And I'm so surprised she remembered me. Anissa was in there and everything was great. And she remembered me. And you know, I was very hurt early on after the first encounter with Dolly Vision. I was very hurt, and I was in White Rabbit's chat, and I think I had emailed him too. After, you know, that initial venting session, or spilling the tea as they call it, um, in White Rabbit's chat. You know, I was still, the wound was still fresh, right? I was still crying about it. I was still upset. I was still whatever, right? And I wrote like this long, very heartfelt email, but I think PJ had seen the email and she deleted it, or it went to spam folder or whatever she had said, right? So I was like, oh, okay. And I mean, yeah, that stung a little, but there's nothing I could do about it. I can't like I didn't resend it or anything. So she saw my email way back then. She could have blocked my email way back then. She could have blocked it from his shit. So ridiculousness.
Streams. Then in the most recent case involving missing child Sebastian Rogers, between March 23rd, 2024 to the date of this video's publication, Dolly has released 42 publicly available live streams and one produced video about the missing child. The titles of the most recent live streams contain highly sensationalized terminology and primarily includes speculative discussions of the minor missing children, possible circumstances, crimes, perpetrators, allegations, and accusations, most of which are not based upon factual evidence. The content and discussions appear, in my opinion, so grossly illogical, inaccurate, unprincipled, and unreasonable that it quickly becomes evident that the content has no value in helping educate the public about the child, or help spread awareness of facts, or help solve a case or locate the missing child.
Oh, we have the swirly swirls again. You know what? I'm going to leave it at there. I'm going to leave it right there because I am tired. I think I've said all that I've needed to say. But these are some excellent videos that True Crime Psyche has put out, and I appreciate them. Another good video, if we want to, let me stop sharing this screen, okay? And I'm gonna link 3 videos that if you love me, you'll check them out. Okay. Let me go to my history and I'm gonna pull up. Part 2 is good too, but there's another video that that's worth checking out as well. For my own mental health, I do not want to revisit the video. You know what I'm saying? Some pretty trigger warning stuff. So for adult audiences only. Okay. So I wanted to highlight and I had to go right to I'm just gonna play a little bit of this.
Gossip, lies, and drama for views, and high-profile missing and murdered children's cases.
She's a snitch. Good luck getting your drugs. Good luck getting your drugs. Everybody share this video. Everybody in Savannah, share. Let everybody know. Post on your community walls. Billy Joe is an informant for the Savannah police. Okay? Dolly told you. I bet you $100. Anybody wants to put the money up.
Wait. You accusing Billy Joe of being an informant for the Savannah police, but you want the police to investigate these crazy women. These women so crazy, they're stalking me. They won't leave me alone. Every time I try to be filming, they film me. I don't know. I try to do an impression, Jimmy. So this is a video. It's called Dolly Needs a Vacation, Spank Bank, and Other Things. This covers a lot too, as well. Some repeated clips.
I ain't wrong.
But it's a good refresher.
Anybody
as well.
Take the bet. That woman's an informant. You're a snitch informant that is selling your ass on the streets of Savannah for drugs, for bikers that you ain't even getting all the drugs for.
Right? Every time I want to start this bitch, I gotta be like, that, right? So you gotta blow it to start the vehicle, right? And then 5 minutes after you get down the street, I don't know what they do. You switched up drivers or what they do. But then you got to blow it again. I mean, it videotapes me, it GPSes me, and it sends it all to my probation officer.
It's almost as sad as what's going on in the situation with the.
So let me get this straight. Thank you, unsupervised maniacs. And you might find a familiar face in this documentary, right about at the end.
Yeah, I got played, and I was mad. I wasn't mad until.
Oof. Like I said, I don't want to watch this. I can just tell by the sound of my voice, I was holding back tears. Oh God. Okay.
Because it was all like a shock. Like once, and it was a slow play. It wasn't like a, he hit it and then didn't call the next day or whatever. It was like a slow play. Like he hit it, and it was cool after the fact. And then little by little, he started to like ignore my messages, and I was like, oh, well, wait a minute, you're not gonna ignore me, like what? And so I got my fifis, and
right, but we doing better now, girl. We doing better now, girl. We getting more intellectual with it. We left those emotions in the rear view, right? But yeah, check out Unsupervised Maniacs, okay? Maybe at a later date, if the threats stop, then I'll move on to the other true crime stuff I want to cover. There's other topics I've been dying to cover because I have so many opinions, and I might do it after the holidays. But if the threats continue, then I hate to say, but if the threats continue, I might have to air out some of my sources. You know what I'm saying? I might have to reveal some things that I know, or gosh, I would hate for anyone to look stupid on the internet or get picked on or bullied or anything. Please don't show hate to anyone mentioned in this recording. I feel like I'm on the defensive because of the personal nature. You know what I mean? When I give commentary, I don't come at it in a malice way. I don't come at it with bad intentions. I look at it very objectively and very logically. So, with that being said, I hope this video finds you in good health. I hope that Dolly and PJ can learn to trust each other and check the cameras and be detectives. I mean, isn't PJ a private investigator or something? I don't know. It seems like we've been lied to a little bit, and that's confusing when you throw in cocky, half thought out threats to scare. They would scare an uneducated young girl, and maybe when you first after the first time and you got your feelings hurt because I told Missa about what we did, you got your feelings hurt and you threatened to call the police for harassment charges then. And that hasn't happened. You waited, but now you're getting a nudge from your romantic partner to go ahead with it. And I'm not Missa. I didn't steal your dog. Okay. I didn't say you sexually assaulted me. I haven't done any of those things. Haven't showed your address, family members. Nothing criminal has occurred. The only thing that's occurred is Jimmy can't keep track of where he sticks his manhood, and PJ's insecure about it. That's not criminal. That's just a toxic relationship. And with that being said, go ahead and like the video, okay? Because I'm up at crazy hours of the night, living like a freaking vampire. I don't know. we'll figure out the sleep schedule, I guess. Maybe it's the holidays. I think it's just the holidays and the time change. I think the time change got me late. But either who, like the video, like the video just for the pure cojones. I didn't check with nobody. I didn't think about it too hard. I just wanted to get this out there, and I wanted to be transparent with my audience. So if this happens to someone else in the community, whether it has to do with them or another creator, I want to show the process through and through, hopefully it doesn't end up in a court of law. Hopefully he doesn't waste the court's time with foolishness like that, because I don't want to waste the court's time. I'd rather just squash beef and move along, with other content and other thought patterns and forms of thought and commentary and things of that. But I ain't no punk bitch either, and I ain't scared of you motherfuckers, right? In the great words of Bernie Mac. I miss Bernie Mac. So like the video and subscribe. Turn on all your notifications and share this video to everyone who knows what's up. Because I'm not asking for any sort of financial support. I'm not monetized. I'm asking for moral support. I'm asking just moral support. Just support me. Just let me know that in the comments, hashtag I stand with the black titty, so I want this to be over, y'all. I really do. But the more I back off, and I didn't go live the last few days because I just feel like, okay, maybe it's something about me that's making them paranoid, or maybe they're misreading, or maybe it's like the game of telephone, or in messages are getting construed, or whatever, misunderstand it. I don't know. Maybe they're taking commentary too seriously, but it sounds to me it's just trust issues within a relationship, and that's unfortunate, and that's not my problem. Okay, so with that being said, shout out to all the Bush people in attendance. I love you. I love you, baby. Oh, I love you. I love you. Okay, and as you can see, I didn't put no music on this, so it ain't gonna get no copyright. All right. Well, until the next time someone tries to put me in jail, or the next time someone wants to paint another black person as a criminal and a threat, or the next time someone can't man up and admit their wrongs, or the next time, someone decides he wants to cheat on his girlfriend, past or present, or, the next time I got something to say, you know what I always say. I holla. Dubai.